charms, festive season offer is back. So this is the best time you can go for this deal, 50% off on our CBSE subscriptions. So for that, you need to make use of the code and get 50% off on our subscriptions. So please don't miss it. Hey budding charms, I hope everyone is doing well today, and we are going to start off with the very first session of the topic called resources. And as you all know that this is our very first geography class, and I hope everyone is doing well too. Are you all excited? Yes? Okay, so let's get started. So my name is Aishwarya Sindhu Ramachandran and I will be your geography educator today. So let's dive into our session. Hey, please don't forget about the festive season offer which is going on right now. Get 50% off on our CBSE subscriptions. The links are being given in the description, so please make use of it. And not only that, like, share and subscribe. Very important, right? So let's dive into our contents. So before that, I welcome all of you to this wonderful session again. And this is on the topic called resources. What is it all about? Contents. We will be starting off with the very basic concept of resources, then types of resources. Under that, we have three types: natural resources, human-made resources, human resource, and finally, conserving resources. Oh, what is meant by resource? That's the very first question that comes to your mind, right? Yes. So let me tell you, it's a very simple thing. Okay. So I'm going to take a very simple example for this so that you can understand it in a better way. So I'm going to take this particular pen. So what is this pen? A pen can be considered as a substance, right? Yes. But how this pen can be a resource? Oh, that's an amazing question, right? So I have a pen. So what is the use of it? I can write it on a paper, correct? So pen has a use, it's nothing but to write it on a paper. Am I right? Yes. So anything has value or can be used to fulfill a necessity can be called it as resource. So pen is a substance. I can use this pen to write on a paper. So writing on a paper can be my necessity. So this pen can be utilized to write on a paper so that my necessity has been fulfilled. So this becomes a resource. Got the point? Okay. So now let's learn a few more examples for it so that you will understand it in a better way. So water can be considered as a substance. And what is its use? Yes, I can use it to just make me relieve from thirst. So if I drink water, the necessity has been fulfilled, right? Yes. So any substance that can fulfill a necessity, it becomes a resource. What about vegetables? Vegetable also can be considered as a substance. But what is its main use? It can be used to make different recipes. So I can fulfill the necessity of cooking food with the help of vegetables. So my necessity has been fulfilled. So vegetable becomes a resource then. Clear? So what about books? It is simply just kept inside a shelf. Okay? There is no use of it. But if I try to take those books to learn something, then my necessity has been fulfilled. Then books can also become a resource there. Clear? And what about this one? Some substances are economically valuable. Oh, what is meant by economically valuable? You need to pay money to buy something. Got it? So that is meant by economically valuable. So some substances can be economically valuable, whereas some others are not. Don't worry, I will give you a few examples on this. The oxygen that we breathe, do we have to pay something for that? No way, right? So this is not economically valuable. Okay, but if you want to drink water, if you want to try a bottle of water from a shop, you need to pay cash for it so that you can buy that water bottle and drink. So that is economically valuable. So oxygen is not economically valuable. Why? Because we don't want to pay any cash to get oxygen. It is free. Right? Similarly, when you talk about water, water can be bought only when you pay cash or money for it. So what happens? You can just get it as an economically valuable product. Clear? And what about the next one? The utility of a substance makes it economically valuable. I will get you a simple example on this. And I told you, right? There are some resources can be without economic value too. Oh, let me tell you the basic difference between them. So look at the very first one. Oh, somebody is plucking all the red berries and it's their own home. They don't want to pay anything for that. So these can be considered as resources without economic value. It's their own home. They can just pluck it anytime. So they don't want to pay anything for it. So these resources are without economic value. But what about the next one? Oh, that's where you need to use your brain, right? So imagine if I just try to pack all the red berries in a proper packet and got a patent for it, so that I can sell it in a shop like this. Oh, then the people who buy this have to pay money to get these red berries. So this immediately becomes a resource with economic value, right? You got the point, right? Yes. So these are the basic differences between resources without economic value and resources with economic value. So now we are moving towards the next one. So look at this. Natural resources. Oh, natural resources. What is meant by that? These resources are drawn directly from the nature and used without much alterations. So these resources are readily available in nature, so we can use it without much modifications. So let me tell you a basic example of this. Air. Oh, it's all there, right? Yes. So oxygen is all free. Correct? Yes. So you can simply use it directly from the nature itself. You don't want to change anything. You don't want to modify anything, right? And what about the water? Oh, if the water is pure, you don't want to modify at all, right? You will get directly from the nature. And what about soil? This is also readily available, right? So these are considered as natural resources because these are readily available in nature and we can use it without much modifications. And these are basically classified into two as renewable resources and non-renewable resources. So very, very important point. So that's what we are going to learn now. Look at this. Oh, wonderful, right? Yes. So renewable resources. What are they? These resources are unlimited. Oh, it is available in an unlimited quantity and replenished very quickly and will not be affected by human activities. Oh, what do you just get from this picture? Oh, it's a basic example of renewable energy source. It's nothing but wind energy. And therefore, what happens? This can be replenished very quickly and will not be affected by any kind of human activities. It is available in an unlimited quantity. Therefore, people can make use of it and it is very, very, very easy to renew again and again and again. Got it? So that is what the point related to this. So let me give you one more example for this. So look at this. Oh, what are these? Solar cells, right? Yes. So solar cells. How do these solar cells work? With solar energy. So sun is a basic source that we have and the solar energy that we get can be utilized to power like this. Correct? Yes. So this can be utilized to generate electricity and can be used to run various appliances. So this is also considered as a renewable energy source because this is available in a unlimited quantity. Sun is a source. So you can get as much as sunlight from it and this can be utilized to make work of these kind of solar cells. So this is nothing but solar energy. Okay, you need to consider that particular point in your mind. So renewable energy source is nothing but the source that is available in an unlimited quantity. Therefore, this can be renewable very, very easily. Clear? And now we are moving towards the next one. What is this? Non-renewable resource. So I'm going to give you a very basic example for this. It's nothing but coal. Why these are called non-renewable resources? Coal is an example of it. But why? These resources have limited stock. That means we have to use it very carefully, right? Yes, because we have only available it in a very limited quantity and cannot be replenished very easily. If you want to manufacture again and again, that cannot be done very easily. You cannot manufacture it artificially. Got it? It needs to be naturally formed. And this cannot be easily replenished. And that is what the reason we have to talk about the petroleum too. Look at this, non-renewable resource. Again, we got an amazing example here, petroleum. So petroleum is also considered as a non-renewable resource because which cannot be renewed easily, right? You have to be very careful with the usage of it. And now look at this. Oh, what about this? I told you that coal and petroleum are considered as non-renewable resources. But why? Let's learn more about them. So coal and petroleum both are considered as fossil fuels. But why? Let me tell you. Why? Because it takes millions of years to form naturally. Very important. So it cannot be manufactured in factories. It cannot be manufactured in laboratories in a short span of time. It needs millions of years to form naturally. And not only that, high pressure and high temperature conditions are necessary. And this is happening in the deeper parts of Earth. That is also an important point. And that is what the reason I told you this cannot be manufactured easily. So it takes millions of years to form, and therefore these are considered as fossil fuels and non-renewable resources. And now we are moving towards the next one. Look at it. It's all about the second type of resource, human-made resources. Clear? This is the second type, comes under the part of types of resources. So natural substances changed into different forms to make human-made resources. How? Human-made. That means it is artificial. We have just considered a natural thing and convert it into something else so that we can make use it for some other purposes. That is what the basic idea that you need to consider here. So I took a different example here. Look at it. It's nothing but clay. Okay, so clay is a natural material. So this material can be used to make bricks. Am I right? Yes. So these bricks can be used to build our homes, build different kinds of factories, industries and buildings, right? So this is nothing but the human-made resources. So clay, and this can be converted into brick, and brick can be used as a material for constructing buildings. Okay, so we're changing a natural material into something else so that we can make it used for some activities in our day-to-day lives. Clear? So now we are moving towards the next one. Oh, one more example, right? Iron. So iron is nothing but a metal. It's not iron, okay? So please make the correction here. So iron can be used to make certain tools. Look at it. Blacksmith can make tools out of iron. But this iron can be used to make the tools which are necessary for harvesting purposes in agriculture practices. Oh, that's also an important point, right? So iron is a metal that is being received naturally from earth, and this can be utilized to make tools. So these tools can be used to harvest. So we are using natural things to make some other things, and this is nothing but the human-made resources. So now we are moving towards the next one. Look at it. It's all about human resources. Third one. So we have three types of resources in total. First one, natural resources. Second one, human-made resources. And here is the third one, human resources. So look at it. These resources represent the number and abilities of people. Oh, so this is also an important thing. So people can also be a resource. So people, including me, can be a resource, right? I have necessary teaching skills, and that is what the reason I'm teaching you all this. So these can be utilized for teaching purposes so that you can learn it from me. So I can also be a proper resource. And here is a part we quantify the ability of people or the skill sets of people. Are you getting the point? So here you look at it, human resource development. That is what the very next point is, an event where quality of people, skills are improved to generate more resources. So I will give you one more example on this technology. Okay, so who has developed technology? It's nothing but the people, because people have got necessary skill sets so that they can generate more resources out of it. So I have certain teaching skills, plus I'm using the help of technology to make this learning a bit more efficient. Clear? So I am developing my skills along with the help of technology. So I am generating more resources here. This can also be a resource to you. Correct? So I hope everyone is clear with this point, and now we are moving towards the next one. It's all about conserving resources. Conserving resources are also very, very important. Non-renewable resources are limited in quantity. We know that, right? Petroleum, coal, all of these are considered as non-renewable resources, which are because we cannot renew it again. So we have to use it very carefully, right? So renewable resources also need to be properly utilized for better future. We have to make use of the resources very carefully, because we have to keep these resources for our better future as well. We have to keep these resources for them as well, right? So careful utilization of resources, besides meeting the requirements of the present, considering the future usage, is known as sustainable development. So this is where you need to learn about sustainable development. What is meant by that? You are not only considering of yourself, you are considering the future as well, the future generations as well. So I will give you an example on this. So let's take a water resource. So if I try to pollute the river, what happens? The water can get bad very easily, right? So it's our responsibility and duty to preserve and conserve these water resources. What if I try to pollute the river? Oh, the river water can go bad. It can cause a lot of pollution. Aquatic organisms get affected. And not only that, so people in the future may find a lot of water scarcity. So it is my duty not to pollute the water bodies. It's not only my duty, it's everybody's duty to conserve our water resources. So if you want to keep your future generations safe, we need to conserve all these resources. So not only thinking about the present condition or present requirements, we have to meet the requirements of the future as well. We have to think about the future as well. So that is nothing but the sustainable development is. And what about the last point? How can you do that? It is by reducing consumption, recycling and reusing things. So these are the methodologies that we can just employ to conserve resources. Now we are moving towards the methods of conservation. Ensure sustainable usage of renewable resources. Even it is renewable or it is available in unlimited quantity, doesn't matter. Ensure the usage of it in a proper way or in a careful way. And ensure the conservation of the diversity on Earth. So Earth's diversity cannot be explained in single sentence, because we have amazing diversity and this needs to be protected and conserved by us. And ensure the reduction of the damage of nature and natural environment system. We are not supposed to damage the nature. We are not supposed to damage the environmental system. And we are not supposed to damage the ecosystem. It's our responsibility to take care of the whole environment. Okay, so not only the plants, not only the animals, not only the birds, we have responsibility to take care of the whole environment. We are not supposed to pollute. We are not supposed to do any kind of acts which can damage our planet Earth. And these are the various methods that can be employed to conserve our resources. So that's what we learned today, and I hope you have just learned a lot of things today. Let's summarize the points. Resources, types of resources. Under that we have learned natural resources, human-made resources, human resource, and finally conserving resources. So these are the basic topics that we have discussed today, and that's the end of the class, and I hope everyone really liked it. And if you find any kind of doubts in between, please don't hesitate to ask your doubts in the comment box. I am here to help you out. So let's see in the next class with an amazing session similar to this. Have a nice day and goodbye everyone. Thank you so much.